Namaste. Hi everyone. I'm here for yet another discussion with you. Uh, we keep meeting a lot of people every day, and they're all looking for design solutions, interior work, civil work, a combination, turnkey projects. And I just felt like sharing one interaction with you. It made me realize that it is a bit confusing actually. This whole uh, industry and the works that are done here, it gets confusing. So it's a responsibility on my side to put the clarity in front of you, because that will make you help you make an informed decision for investment of an amount, a big amount that you save for a lot of years, and you want a good value for money for that. So this episode is on discussing on how 100 Krafts is different from others. What value does 100 Krafts add to your property vis-a-vis anyone else, and what makes us different? So, as a person who has been co-founder of a company which is well known and established in the market for last decade and more, there are multiple things that we have analyzed, we have learned, we have gathered, we have blended it all together, and it is a bootstrap company. We have worked very hard to learn from our mistakes and correct these and incorporate those learnings in our next projects and more in the next projects. That has helped us today to come to a point where we know exactly how to think when we are talking to you versus we are talking to somebody else who has a different requirement, versus talking to a third person who has a very very unique requirement. So we can first give you a right kind of guidance on how to think. So they a couple with two kids, they had met us yesterday, and they are looking for interiors, and one of the shortlisted companies were us. They came to us in Pune and met us in our office. So the first thing that they mentioned is William, I think we have become more confused after talking to a few of the interior companies and a few vendors who directly do the work, and also carpenters. They have just given us a basic code, and a few designers who are working independently as freelancers. And so we have got at least 10 to 12 codes now, and now we are coming to you, and we are starting to feel very drained out, very confused. We don't know how to think anymore. We don't know what to compare anymore. So they were not able to come to a closure or a conclusion. So I said, okay, just forget all this. Let's have a cup of tea, and after some refreshments and 5-10 minutes of discussion on various other topics, I told them that okay, let us not go till the quote in the very beginning. First things first. Quote is not the first thing. The first thing is, what are your main concerns and high priority areas which you want to talk about, which you want to incorporate in your house? That is the most important part. Then we go ahead and see how to generate the code for that, because standard doesn't apply to all. Standard items, standard units, standard furniture. Why do you want a Xerox copy of everyone else's design in your house? That's like a standard, right? So why to do that? So the first point is, let us start with your main priority areas and main concern points, which needs to be tackled for your particular house, that particular house. There may be several other houses in your property, in the apartment, but we're talking about your house only, and there you will live with your family. And your needs and concerns will be different from others who are there in the other flats, right? So yes, that was a good starting point. It helped them to prepare their first list after all the many meetings that they have been doing for 10 days. It was the first time that they said that okay, this is the right way. I will first take down the list of what are my most important priority areas and my concern points. After they were done with that, they had better quality. They sat together as a family for 10 minutes and they did that. Then I told them that after this, what I'm going to tell you is going to help you clear up your mind and make an informed decision. I will not tell you that you should work with us only, but you should know what is the right way of thinking by going for interiors. In my previous episode number 3, I have listed out how to think, why to choose what, how to check if the design partner, or exhibition partner that you will be working with is able to give you the tangibles with a base of intangibles. All the intangibles are the foundation of a good construction, a good interior and the design and the product. So you should watch that video also. And in this video, we are talking about what makes us different. While before that, it is important to understand what are the pillars of starting out the interiors of your house. So integration is the first thing. Integration in many aspects. Integration of design thought and execution, integration of materials and the design, integration of the sequence of work, integration of the type of themes and the raw materials which will be required, or the timeline that will be required. Multiple aspects of integration supposed to be seen. Carpentry work, electrical work, fall ceiling work, all this also needs to be integrated. So first point is integration. First pillar is integration. Second pillar is customization. In customization, we mean that your houses have a certain kind of length and height of the wall. As per that, the units need to be made. As per that, the spaces needs to be consumed. So that is the customization part. According to the sizes of the house, the wall, the space, the corners that have been given, the niches that have been provided, we have to create the furniture according to that. The third pillar is personalization. So when I'm customizing, when I'm creating a unit, it is just one unit. But when I have discussed with you the theme in mind, the theme that you love, the color schemes, the raw materials, the finishes that you want, then we are able to come to a point where we personalize it for you. Suppose you are looking at a dish, you want to eat a chaat or a pani puri. You ask the vendor to add a little bit more of spice or a little bit more of some other garnishing on top, and that makes it tastier for you. The same way in interiors, when we are creating a wardrobe, we sit and discuss what kind of look and feel needs to be put on the shutter, or what kind of internals, how many drawers, ledges, pull out accessories like pant hangers and coat hangers and pull down accessories are required. So this is personalization. We are checking with you on a personal level and creating the design for you in that. And the fourth is audits. Whether all those things we mentioned, or whether the four pillars we mentioned have been done, and the process in which it should be done, the sequence in which the work needs to be done, the quality checks, the scope of work check, the commitments of the raw material check, the vendor checks, timeline checks, all these things audit आ जाते हैं. तो चारों पिलर जब तक हमारे पास नहीं हैं तब तक कोई भी इंटीरियर वर्क सही तरीके से नहीं हो सकता है. So that is the second thing which I discussed with them. The first was like their main concern points, their priority areas. Second one was to explain them how to understand that these four pillars, once taken into account, only then we should proceed to the next level. And that next level of thinking is understanding the differentiation between a turnkey project and a modular world. Okay, what is the difference? Because हर चीज़ को सेम कैटेगराइज नहीं कर सकते हैं. Modular means I'm looking at a wall and I have to create a unit for that wall. That's it. I have to create one module. That is, it can be a shoe rack, it can be a wardrobe, it can be a kitchen cabinet, it can be just that one wall. And we look at it and we just create a unit for it. Now, electrical work cannot be considered in the modular. POP work is not modular. Modular is only for carpentry. So when we are looking at a wall and I create a wardrobe and it is pre-made from outside, and it is installed here. It is a modular work. Any vendor, if you tell them who has a factory, they can come, they can take measurements and go back and create it in a few days. But what is the problem here? The problem is, when we are looking at a wall in the house, it is not just one wall in the room, in the house. It is a room, which is, when we enter the room, we just not see one wall, we see the whole room. We see the ceiling, the floor, all the 4 walls together. So if one unit is created there, what about the false ceiling that has to come in the room? If it is there, what happens to the electrical points which went behind the wardrobe because it was not talked about? What happens to the fire sprinkler system that was on top of the wardrobe? Is it getting hampered? Is it getting blocked? What happens to the space management of fitting other things which needs to be designed there? So in the modular way of thinking, these things get ignored. There are 3 types of electrical points wherever we are working. It's ceiling points, these are furniture points, and wall points. Now, furniture points need to be created in accordance with the furniture. Suppose there is a wall where there are no plug points and you need to put a study, you will just not make a study without any light, right? So there has to be a light point, there has to be plug points. So these things are not thought of while a modular kind of work is proposed. Okay, now this is one way of thinking. Okay, you just need one unit, the whole house is done. Well, this is good enough. However, if you need the interiors and you're going to live there for 10-15 years, does that work? I don't think so, because each and every need of yours has to be looked at and met. There are many checklists, there are design analytical tools of understanding which design you and your family like. There are ways of understanding the storage requirements. There are ways of understanding where to put the inverter. The looping has to be done in whichever rooms you want that. The Wi-Fi system has to be installed. Plug points have to be created in the right places, which are already not there. The electrical connections need to be given to certain areas where it is not all existent. So we have to just chisel the wall and take all together there. So in a turnkey, the whole theme is looked at first. You look at the theme, and that involves a little bit of consultation in the beginning, and that consultation is transferred as a knowledge transfer to the designer. That the designer takes over, creates a whole design, the working drawings, the layout, the 3D images. You start getting a look and feel of the house because everything has been incorporated. Where will you keep your shoes? Where will you keep your keys? Where will you keep your socks? The office bag, helmet, newspapers, umbrellas, all these things will be discussed. ये modular way of working में नहीं create हो सकता है. It has been missed all the time. Then comes the sign off part. You have looked at the design, you know what is going to be where and how it will look. You sign off. After you sign off, the whole knowledge transfer is then done to the operations department. Operations department has the team of site engineers, vendors, all the execution people who will together sit and analyze, do a check on the site. They will do a lot of markings and a lot of discussions with you on the site, and then the work starts off. The scope is clear, the quotation is clear, it is pre-approved, and the work begins. Now, as per milestones, the payment schedules are set. The whole work is divided into parts. Weekly audits are done. So there are a lot of points that need to be understood before you compare modular to other. There is actually no comparison. It's a very basic way of working, the modular part, and the thematic or a turnkey interiors part of work is a different one altogether. And on top of that, when we as a team of 100 Crafts is working, there are 10 reasons why you can choose 100 Crafts above others. The first one being strong, foolproof methods of milestone based design and execution. These are tried and tested, and 100 Crafts has been awarded multiple times for its quality, its designing, its innovative ways of working and creating the processes and structure in this industry. And we have not only been working in Pune and Bangalore. 100 Crafts is present not as office, but yes, we have worked in many other cities, including Calcutta, Goa, Cochin, Banaras, Jamshedpur, Hyderabad, few more cities. So we have been going all around India, doing designing, doing executions, on and off. But majorly Pune and Bangalore are our focus because we have offices there, and we are setting up offices in few more cities. Next reason why you can choose 100 Crafts is because of the solid foundation of almost 3,000 plus projects now, and these projects have been completely delivered with good quality work and a professional experience to the clients. There are a lot of testimonials which say the same things, and we keep on getting those again, repeat orders also from our previous clients who did their work 10 years before. Now they are again requiring some interior work, and they do contact us. Now, a brand has an image to maintain. Brand is something which needs you to know that they care about their image as well. They will not go for low quality work. So the power of a brand gives us an edge with the suppliers as well, with the vendors as well, their loyalties as well. So these things count when you're looking at us. Fourth point is strong monitoring systems. These monitoring systems contain multiple checkpoints for audits, and these have been created with experience after dealing with a lot of projects, understanding our mistakes that we did there. We have just put all of them together, and we do all the checklists before the handover is done, and at each milestone as well. And the customer feedback is taken very seriously. We work towards improving our deliveries all the time. There is an ownership concept with us. It is just not that we take up a project and we are working silently and not informing you what we are doing. So with this ownership concept, we care what you are feeling and thinking. So we will call you weekly and explain you what has been done last week and what we are planning next week. We might show you the use of funds which have been done till now, the next milestones of payments, what kind of approvals we require from you for the work to be completed, and what all items are included. That is also clear, and your quotation is also very, very clear, and payment schedule is also clear to you. Now, 8th point is there are a lot of white collar professionals who will interact with you, who will understand your concerns, your approvals are taken by them. So you do not have to talk to 5 different people or 10 different people, or any vendors or carpenters. You can interact with just one person. It's much easier, and that person is a multitasker. They are like a spock of the wheel where all the things integrate. So they will be listening to you, making sense of what you say, and then going ahead with the work. Your queries and concerns are regularly answered by them, your CRM. There are all the added benefits like services, aftercare, maintenance of whatever work we have done. We are there for a year, looking after you and your home. Whatever work it was in our scope, we take care of that. And 10th, brand which is managed by the professionals and run by experts. So we have we have created a team of very sensible people who are mature, experienced. We all together, all of us together have combined experience of more than 100 years together, which is a big benefit for you. These are the people who are there for a long time in the company, and any project which comes to us is discussed within us and only then taken ahead for designing and execution. So all types of checks and brainstorming is done beforehand, before even the design starts. So it gives a very open-ended viewpoint and an open mind to everyone. People are able to question each other and discuss on all the aspects. If only one person is designing and if only one person is taking care of everything, all this gets missed out, and there are a lot of chances of blunder. There are chances of delay. There are chances of falling out of line because you don't have enough people to work with. But as a team with an escalation matrix, all these things never happen. So I suggested them, the couple that had met us, that if you think in this way, what is the difference between a turnkey and a modular concept of working, and if you understand the way that we are superior on a lot of aspects of work, which should be the way to work for interior, it becomes very easy to take the decision on what do you want to prefer, what do you want to opt for. Ultimately, it's your house. Having a myopic view of the aspects of work will be detrimental to the quality of work, and multiple reworks in the house that you're living is not possible. So suppose electrical points were missed out and only furniture was done, so to create electrical points, again the walls need to be damaged, while the right way is to create the electrical points at the right places and then go for the furniture, because the furniture won't get damaged. So there is a lot of dynamism in this industry, and once you are aware, once you understand the value of experienced minds working together for a long time, giving good consultation, avoiding all the blunders, and saving you a lot of stress in future, long term, giving you a good quality, whether you are checking or not, maintaining their own brand image with that, and you having a wholesome experience with audits, milestones, and within your budget. When you think of all this, then the decision making is easier, and it helps for you to do a closure easier. This helped them to think clearly. They were very comfortable after this discussion. They said that yes, even if you didn't give me a quote right now, or you didn't suggest me any design right now, but this way of thinking is the most valuable part that I got today. So that made me very happy, that yes, the combined knowledge of all these years, and after doing so many projects, the first thing I love to do is to make the client aware of what is the right way to think, and then they make an informed decision. They themselves come to a point where they know, okay, what should be our priority, how should I think, suppose in utility, I should go in a modular way. I should not think on a turnkey or a theme, but in the bedroom or in the living area, I should think of a theme. In the kitchen, I should think of a theme because it is connected to my living area and it is part of my house. In a designer way also, the foyer is not just a shoe place. It is a place where somebody comes in, they look at who is living here. It gives an introduction without saying. The house shows off your personality. The house speaks about you. So why to think in a modular way? Think in a way in which the walls talk about you and your taste and your social status and your lifestyle before even anybody from your house meets the people. So I hope this discussion was helpful, and it will open up your minds as well on whenever you're deciding for an interior work. This is the right approach to think. Please keep those 4 pillars in mind: the integration part, the customization, personalization, and audits. These make up a good quality work and a complete work. Thank you so much for your time. I hope it was good information for you.